Are there people from your life that are like, fuck, like they looked at you or wrote you off, and now you're like kind of,
yeah.
Are there people like, Jesus Christ? Are there kids that their parents were like, don't hang out with Zan?
And now, yeah,
even that had, right?
Yeah,
and even
before
still,
that.
probably some of them.
Yeah, they're still like that. I was going to say,
parents are like,
I was going to say, yeah,
we mean it.
Yeah, it's definitely people that wrote me off pretty early on, and but once you get a little bit of fame, a little bit of money, it's like they all come back, but there's still a pretty good amount of them that are still like, oh, fuck this kid.
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean? Because like if you come from like a small town like I did, you don't want to see nobody do well.
Right.
It's kind of fucked up, but it's like, I don't know, people hate on like that type of success.
Yeah, I mean, I think you did it too in a way that like, a lot of people are probably like, you dropped out of school, you started your music. Like that's a story of a lot of people. A lot of people don't succeed like that.
Yeah, if you don't want to go the more conventional route, as long as you chase what you want, like maybe a dream, or like Steve Jobs, he dropped out. I think Bill Gates dropped out too, right? Yeah.
I think of you, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, in the same
thing,
sentence.
right?
Usually. I usually group you guys together
Bill Gates,
as
Steve
three
Jobs,
people that
Lil
took
Xan.
an alternative route. When did you start going wild with the tats?
Oh, 18, I got my mom's name Candy tatted on my
Amazing.
and there was no type of success.
Because now they're pretty common, the face tattoos, but back then, there was nobody.
Back then, it was just a very select amount of people that were making SoundCloud rap. Lil Peep,
Right.
XXX, me, and it wasn't like trendy yet. But I saw it and I was like, oh, it looks cool. I thought it looked cool.
It looks cool, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, what can I get that my parents aren't gonna freak out? I'll just get my mom's name tatted.
Oh, yeah. So that was the first one.
Yeah, it was Candy, and people, they thought I got it because like eye candy, and I was like, no, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's kind of good though.
Yeah, but I got it so she wouldn't be that mad. She was still really fucking pissed.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I guarantee she was still very angry.
She was still pissed, and she's like, well, now you have to do something crazy.
It almost put you in that box
It
where
did.
you had to
pop
some other
do
way.
something.
It's hard to walk into a job interview with
this.
Candy on your cheek.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
and
"Who
have
is
a
this?"
guy go, yeah, let's get him involved.
Yeah, he should be the regional manager.
Yeah, he should be the regional manager.
Yeah, no.
Is it wild now when you look back at that kid who wanted to be a photographer and you're like that kid had no idea what was about to happen?
No fucking idea what was about to happen. Because like I said, I did music because I thought it was cool. All my friends did music. And then when it actually started working out, I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Like this actually happens. Like nobody talks about that. Like this actually can happen. People always think about dreams and stuff and it's just so far-fetched. It's a dream.
Yeah.
But
for many people, it is far-fetched. I mean, you're talented. I mean, you forget there's a lot of
Thank
people.
you.
And I appreciate how inspirational you are.
Oh, thank you, man.
That's not what I do. But I tell everyone, take that dream and no. Because I know a lot of people who are just, they're literal dreams where they're waking up and not asking me for money or asking, their parents. But you have a fucking talent. You're good. You work. You write shit. I mean, that's a different story.
It just becomes, it is work now, but it just becomes easier and easier as you get. I guess you're getting better at it.
Right.
But I never think about it like that.
Are there people you don't keep in your life now because you're like, these are people who are not, good for me. They're not good, in terms of drugs or in terms of partying. Like,
oh, definitely
Are there a lot of hangers on and stuff?
Oh, when it first started off, it was crazy. Everybody wanted to come back in my life, or even family. Like a lot of family members, like outer family members, like not my mom or dad.
Right.
And
outside.
Yeah, like all the Christmas parties.
I keep them away with a stick.
Right?
My family.
All the people I used to go to Christmas parties with, they're like, oh, yo, Diego, come over. And I'm like, man, I was the black sheep of the family.
Right.
Even like before everything. So I was like, oh, you guys are fucking assholes.
Right. Yeah.
Like now that, because I came up like really poor and stuff. So it was like.
So that's what I wanted to ask you about too. You grew up in
Redlands.
in Redlands, California, which is like is it's not Riverside. What county?
It's like right next to Riverside, right next to San Bernardino.
And you grew up. You were poor. You didn't have a lot.
Growing up, I was all right, but then we hit a time. When
we hit a time.
Shit just hit the fucking.
Everybody's
fan.
hitting a time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was that like?
I was horrible. I was. My grandma had just passed, and and she was like 99, so she was fucking old. And then we were relying
That's
on
crazy. That 99, that's like a
Yeah.
Mexican legend.
right.
99 is
crazy.
fucking
She was
wild.
trying to hit 100, but
The movie Coco is about her.
right.
What is the
And but we were what's that thing when you caretaker checks.
yeah.
We were relying on that to pay the rent. And when she passed away, unfortunately, we couldn't get those checks anymore. Yo, rest in peace, Grandma. I love you.
R.I.P.
And then we were living in motels. Like that, it got that bad. Like Super 8s and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Going back, and it's
In Cali still?
Yeah, in Cali, like Ukaipa right above. And
Yeah.
that shit.
How old were you at that point?
I probably had just turned like 18, around 19.
So you're living in like in a one bedroom with your
It was so in cockroach infested. It was terrible, and that shit can get pretty expensive too.
Of course.
You pay weekly.
It's expensive to be poor in America. A lot of people don't realize that. It's a lot of money, man, to not have credit or to not have a lot of money, and then you're in and out of these hotels, and it's fucking
it got
brutal.
really bad. But one thing
Do you have brothers or sisters, or just you?
Oh, just me. No, not just me. I have a half sister and a half brother.
Okay.
I see my sister occasionally, but my brother is actually in prison.
Oh, wow.
For attempted murder.
Okay.
Yeah, but he gets out next year. Crazy.
Hey, he can try it again, and hopefully this
Right.
time
That's what
he
I
gets
told.
it done.
That's what
right?
I told him. I was like, hey, you can try again.
Listen, you can attempt it. You get right out.
You don't get it right the first
You get
time.
right
bro.
back on the horse. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Now, what?
No, you did.
Was he just mixed up in some bad stuff, or?
Oh yeah, he's a great person. Just makes drugs and
Yeah.
I'd like to believe he's changed now. So
Yeah.
but that you never know when you get out.
Was he in jail when you were blown up?
Yeah. Oh my God. He.
So that's amazing.
yeah,
watching
when-
your little brother
Right.
become a fucking star.
Yeah, he
It's
probably
crazy.
pissed him off too because he's like in there and he's like, oh fuck, I want to be out there.
Do you visit him
I haven't. He's so far away. I haven't seen him in a long
Okay.
time. But
next year?
next year, yeah, when he
Next
gets
year.
out, I got a good situation for him.
Yeah.
So.
When you're living in Ukaipa and you're in and out of these motels and stuff. Are you getting depressed? Are you getting like fucking shit? My life sucks and I don't know what to do.
Crazy because I wasn't too much depressed about the situation I was in at the time, but I was really just trying to chase my dream. I knew that somebody in the family had to do something to change the situation.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was gonna happen. So at that time, I did have my camera, and I was going out to shows. That's how I met all these guys. I've known them for the whole majority of my career, and I was just taking pictures. I was like a super fan, of these guys, and they just gave me the opportunity to fly one day out to Austin, Texas, and that's where I got the name Lil Xan, and it worked out. It's crazy.